Hi guys, thanks for tuning in another week for our Tutorial Tuesday. This week we are just going to be keeping it short and sweet, and we're going to be talking about 4 ways to tell if you need a haircut. Alright, so the number one reason is an obvious problem, but one you might not think about and how it connects to haircutting, and that is your hair becoming very tangled very easily. Whether it's when it's dry throughout the day, you just notice it getting tangled and you're having to comb it out with your fingers, or you can't get a brush through it after you wash it. Either way, tangles are a major sign that your hair could use a trim because the ends are getting frayed and they're much more likely to get stuck together and knotted up. But if you even trim off half an inch, that's really going to cut down on that. The second way to tell if you need a haircut is a little bit easier for people who are creatures of habit, and if that's not you, it might be harder to tell, but that is it taking you more time or more product to style your hair on a daily basis? If it's taking more product, if you notice you're going through more hairspray or more like finishing oil, anything like that, it's probably because your ends are getting porous and they are more likely to soak up more product. If it's taking more time, it's probably just because it's taking more time than it used to get that polished look that you wanted because your ends are getting dried and frayed. Alright, the third way is a little bit more psychological, and it's because we all know that feeling that we love when we leave the salon with a fresh haircut. We're excited, we keep looking at ourselves in the mirror, and it feels soft, it feels nice. We experiment more with different styles. We're more excited about wearing our hair down. Well, maybe for you, another indicator is just that you've worn your hair up for 3 weeks in a row and you're no longer excited about it. That is something that a little trim can fix, or maybe a more dramatic change. But either way, if you're constantly wearing your hair up and you've lost all excitement for your hair, that's a big sign that you may need a haircut. Alright ladies, last but not least, number 4, split ends. If you've got 20/20 vision or you have glasses, you can see them. You can tell when the end of your hair is getting split, and I know so many girls who are desperate to grow their hair out, and so they do not want to go in for a regular trim, and I'm talking like every 2 or 3 months getting a ½ inch trimmed off their hair. They think that it's going to keep them from being able to grow their hair to the length that they want. Well, what they don't know is that that first little split on the end of their hair is starting to go further and further up their hair shaft, and before they know it, they've got split ends halfway up their hair, and really to get a healthy look, they now need to cut all of that off. And it's just sad because they've been working so hard for that long hair, and if they just gotten regular trims, that wouldn't have happened. And so that is a big indicator. When you start to see your hair splitting, that is just the number one sign that you need to go get it cut. Alright, so there you have it, 4 ways to tell if you need a haircut. Now, this wasn't meant to guilt you into going to get your haircut right after you watch this video, or that you have to come to me. It was really meant to be informational and educational, because I know a lot of people think that they should have a hard and fast amount of time that they need to go before they get their haircut. And the truth is, everybody has a different healthiness of their hair, and so some people are going to be able to go longer, and some people who've colored their hair or lightened their hair will not be able to go as long, and they really will need to be getting their hair cut about every 6 to 8 weeks.